How do you feel about dating your teammates, relationships in the gay rugby community? You've been playing for the Gotham Knights for 20 years. I'm sure you have some experience there.
Are you calling me a hoe? Back in the day, it was green lights across the board. Big fan. I mean, some of my favorite relationships were with Gotham or thanks to the rugby differentiator.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Gay Rugby Podcast. I'm Jack.
I'm Ozzy.
And today we're joined by Kevin Healy, the founder of Rugby Daddy.
That's right. Welcome. Welcome. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. We're excited to have you.
You're the owner and founder of rugbydaddy.com, huh?
Yes. And I love what you guys do. So thank you so much for having me.
We love what you do.
Yeah, we're excited to have you.
I think about something that Mark Bingham's mom said to me once. Because back when I was the co-captain of Gotham's B-side, Gotham, the New York City team, I was trying to get players to come out to march in the New York City Pride Parade. Mm-hmm. And the numbers were looking a little dicey. And I said, think about the impact that we could have with all the young people watching, that here was another way to be part of the LGBTQ plus community. I didn't realize Alice Bingham herself was on our email chain, and she weighed in and said, listen, I wish Mark Bingham, her son, had seen a bunch of powerful, wonderful out rugby players when he was, 9 or 10.
Yeah.
What an impact that would have had. And I think that's exactly what you guys are doing with this, because thousands of hits on everything that you guys do, I'm sure includes the next generation of queer rugby players. So I love what you're doing. Thank you for letting me be a part of it.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely. We're happy to have you. And I think that's a really good point. There wasn't a lot of visibility for gay people in general, 20, 30 years ago, whatever it might be. And I think when we did start getting visibility as gay people on mainstream media, it was all a very effeminate version of a gay man. And so having role models in the rugby community, you can absolutely be an effeminate man and play rugby.
Yeah.
But it's a physical sport, and we're kind of, it kind of changes the way that people are perceiving what a gay man can be and what an athlete can be as well.
Let me tell you what, I've been tackled by some ferocious queens over the years. But yeah, there's a diaspora out there, and we're bringing light to another wonderful part of the community.
And we're not a caricature of ourselves, right? And I think it's also bringing visibility not just for the LGBTQ community, but for rugby as a sport as well, because it's not that popular here in the States. So I think, not to toot our own horn, but what we like to do is bring rugby to a new generation of viewers. So hopefully there's a lot of new people that didn't know what rugby was, and now they do through our channel.
Yeah.
Actually, when you mentioned getting tackled by queens on the rugby pitch, the Cardiff Lions have actually been putting out a lot of content where they have drag queens.
Yes.
And they're playing rugby in full drag.
Amazing.
And some of these clips are just really, really
they're really fun to watch. Yeah.
They're wearing cleats or heels?
No, they're wearing cleats.
They're wearing
cleats.
cleats.
Yeah. But
Safety
they're wearing,
first.
they're all padded and full makeup.
Full makeup,
Magic.
wig,
Magic.
nails.
Yeah.
Get it, girls.
And they're kicking butt.
You know what? The more I think of it, it's almost like the same way you and I play.
Yeah.
We wear the same wig. We wear wigs, makeup. No, I'm just kidding. No.
I haven't seen that video.
Yeah, I haven't
liked
seen
it.
that either.
I joined Gotham 21 years ago, and there was no social media 21 years ago. So I literally fell into a Gotham trap, right? I was out at, I think, Chaps Bar in New York City, RIP, and to recruit, they would literally go out to the bars, and it was so simple but so effective. They just had stickers where it was handwritten, ask me about rugby. And I was like, hey, Tiger, tell me about rugby. Just totally trying to pick someone up.
Yeah.
And whap, I found out about it. And my story is very similar to both of yours, fan of the pod. I know that you got in, Jack, because you had just had a long relationship end. And you got in because your parents had you play sports that, you weren't as excited about.
Yeah, exactly.
Same playbook. I had a 7-year long-term relationship, long-distance relationship, and it was over.
Wow.
And I was, I'd been in New York City at that point 5 years, but I didn't, you're only there 50% of the time. So I was like, there was this gap, and I was looking for something, and I didn't know what. And lo and behold, a simple recruiting venture got me intrigued enough to go to that first boot camp. And I remember pulling up on the bus, it was the New York City M60 bus to Randall's Island. The entire way I was like, this is not me. This is not me. I mean, like playing the sports that your parents like, oh, play soccer, play this and that, play basketball. I was a swimmer my entire life, and I was like, I don't know. But my friend Lee Nussbaum, now a friend of 21 years, was standing in the rain with a sign saying rugby boot camp. Because I was like, I'm just going home. Then I was like, he's great looking. I'm going to go. And lo and behold,
You made it all the way there.
all the way. And I think all of us can agree that it had a really wonderful impact on our lives. So I'm excited to be still a part of it. I'm 56 now and still getting out there.
So you've been in the gay rugby community for 20 years now?
21.
21 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
And how would you say, what are the biggest changes that you've seen? I know you talked about recruiting and how it used to all be kind of in person. Now it's more on social media. What are some of the other differences that you've noticed between gay rugby in the early 2000s versus today?
Yeah. The scale, first of all. I mean, NORAM Cup this year in Boston, the largest U.S. rugby tournament, period. Right?
Yeah.
And I was there with my little Rugby Daddy shack selling my wares. The scale of it is so cool. And the diversity of it. I mean, the fact that there was a trans match at NORAM, I mean, phenomenal. And 21 years ago, it was a venture to get a team together and then to get some other team to play us. And then would they come to the drink up? Now, Gotham would have our drink ups at the New York City Eagle. It's like, in retrospect, you see these straight people being like, what is this?
You'll be surprised. We have our drinks up at the Eagle here in LA for the Los Angeles Rebellion. And sometimes the straight teams that come, I feel like they enjoy it more than we do.
Well, you know what? It's a great story. And times have changed. And isn't that wonderful that you can open someone's eyes to, this is fine, whatever. I'll have another drink.
It's not just the other straight teams that come to the Eagle. Like Ozzy says, we have our rugby drink ups at the Eagle in LA, which is like a queer leather bar. And we also have, people's parents are coming. If they come and watch the game,
awesome.
Someone's mom is in town, they're playing porn on the TV. It's the Eagle.
Oh, that's rough.
But that's where we have our drink up. And they have an outdoor area. It's a little separate, but if you want to use the restroom, you definitely have to walk by.
I feel like there was a way that they could show this episode on repeat during those drink ups. Just an idea.
That's true. We'll have a talk.
You mentioned the NORAM Cup.
Yeah.
You actually designed a bunch of unique merchandise for that tournament, right?
I did. That was my single most successful weekend in the 5 years since I've launched Rugby Daddy.
Amazing.
I love sponsoring iGrab tournaments. I love sponsoring iGrab teams. For NORAM Cup, this has been a really tough time for the trans community. So what I did with the design was I worked in Save the Dolls to the shirts, the mugs, and proceeds went to Trans Lifeline, which is a trans-led nonprofit that protects the trans community and gives them life-saving resources at a time when they need it desperately. So I'm doing all I can as one of the very few queer rugby businesses to give back to the community.
That's awesome. And how did you, or what gave you the idea to start Rugby Daddy? Like, how did that come about?
Well, you know what? I think I mentioned I was one of the leaders. Well, I was one of the original old boys from Gotham, right? And as the OGs were sort of aging out, we would have homecoming matches. And I was trying to get all the guys to come back for a fun, day of social rugby. Don't kill us. We're getting older. And I would do a T-shirt every year. And one year I thought, you know what? I think Rugby Daddy has a sort of
nice ring to it.
Nice ring. Yeah, nice ring. And so I did that. And let me tell you, everyone on the team got trayed. People were getting catcalled walking down 8th Avenue to Gym Bar. And people were like, how do I buy one? How do I buy one? I need to have one. I said, well, hell yeah, I'll sell you one. So I
Yeah.
trademarked it and
Smart
put up a
man.
website. And then I started reaching out to teams to see how I could get the word out. My home team, the Gotham Knights, has had the logo on their kit for years now, which I'm very appreciative of. And I'm always reaching out to other teams to see what can we do. And one of the other great joys of just having your own business, which is really fun, is trying to invest back in other iGrab teams.
Yeah.
And so I've come up with this fundraising program that helps teams fundraise and takes all the heavy lifting off of the team.
How does that work exactly?
Yeah.
How about a little show and tell? So I walk you through the old way
Okay.
to fundraise for your team, and I would argue the new, better way.
Okay. Let's
All
do
right.
it.
We're going to start with a shirt from my hometown of Newport, Rhode Island. An amazing team, an amazing tradition.
East Coast represent.
East Coast represent. Yeah, you're from Boston, right?
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
617.
There's no place like the West Coast.
Well, I've lived here too. Navy brat. So, love this shirt, right?
Yeah, very
love
cute.
it. Here's the thing. This was from 2024. I got it this summer where they were trying to sell their current merch with the old ones. This was $5, right?
It's a good deal.
A year ago, this was $35. The shirts this summer for this tournament were, I think, $30.
They're gonna be $5 next.
Well, yeah. The problem is when you order that big block shipment,
Yep.
you need someone on the team to be at the table selling.
Yeah.
And then someone else the team has to have the box in their closet gathering dust. We're in New York City. We don't have closet space, right?
Yeah.
And then they lose money on it.
Yeah. Because they have to estimate, how many do we think we're going to
Guesstimate. No one gets it right.
Yeah.
I still don't get it right. I sold out everything I brought to Bingham Cup. I literally sold the
Amazing.
shirt off of my back. I was almost naked.
That's not a bad situation to be in.
Yeah,
So-
I hope they pay double.
Love you, Newport Rugby, but let me show you a different way. So I've worked with a number of iGrab teams. This next team was one of my favorites. They're all my children are my favorites.
Oh, I think I
like
know who
this
this
one.
is.
Oh yeah. West Coast represent.
Yes, baby.
All right. If you can see it, you think guys can see it?
Yeah.
Everyone see it?
I'm a little distracted by the guns.
Rugby puppy.
Rugby Poppy from the
yeah.
Armada. Let me tell you what. So when you partner with the Rugby Daddy platform, there's no buying a huge box that you're going to lose money on. Instead of raising money, no one has to man the booth and hawk the shirts for cash. And where does all the money go? We don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I will do is I'll put it on the Rugby Daddy platform, and it's print on demand. So there's no upfront costs for the team. There's no work for the team. We both just get on social media and hawk our wares.
Nice.
And then I cut you a check once a month. So that's the new way to do it. And I tell you, if you are a team that's looking for some fundraising, you can reach out to me on Instagram at Rugby Daddy or email me at daddy@rugbydaddy.com. Again, that's daddy
Hold on, one
at
more time.
Rugby
Let me
Daddy.
write this down.
That's daddy at rugbydaddy.com. I would love to work with more teams, and I'd love to get my logo on your kit. I know everybody's creating some cute new looks for Bingham. And we know how much
yeah.
Bingham is going to cost. So
Yeah.
let's get out there and raise money in all sorts of formats.
Yeah, everyone's busy fundraising right now. I mean, that's the thing. And it takes so long to.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
And we all have full-time jobs.
Yeah.
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 Gotham's drag fundraiser is Wednesday. But I feel like every 10 minutes, a team around the world is doing a drag fundraiser. You know,
It's a great way to raise money.
Or like Jack, he just does it for fun.
Well, hey, good for you. Go, girl. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. And I would love to help more teams raise money and get themselves to Bingham.
I'm sure it'll happen. Let's do it.
Awesome.
Let's do it. Do you have any more merch? I'd love to see your shirt off again.
I'm so glad you asked. All right. I'm going
Where can we
back to
get
old
this one?
school.
Where can we get this?
This one you got to earn.
classic.
This is the original, dating back, I think,
Oh,
6 years.
wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so this is the OG. But you can get something very similar at rugbydaddy.com. So let me go back to the OG. All right.
Hell yeah.
All right. Where were we?
I wanted to ask you about intra-team dating. How do you feel about dating your teammates? relationships in the gay rugby community. You've been playing for the Gotham Knights for 20 years. I'm sure you have some experience there.
Are you calling me a hoe? Because they would.
What is the official policy of the Gotham Knights when it comes to intra-team dating?
Well, I know times have changed. Back in the day, it was green lights across the board. Big fan. I mean, some of my favorite relationships were either with Gotham or thanks to the rugby differentiator. You know, I've been on Wall Street for 30 years as well. And, you know, in sales. And in sales, you got to sell what's different.
Yeah.
Right? There are a lot of people in the bar wearing a sleeveless shirt, showing the guns. By the way, you look fantastic. Look at that gun show.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Giddy on up. Giddy on up. But when you've got something on that sparks a conversation, that's helpful. And when you are in a bar wearing a Rugby Daddy shirt, people will come up to me and say, "Hey, can I call you Daddy?" And I'm like, well, you know, maybe. You know, or I love rugby and I love daddies. Yeah, all right. Good. It's just a fun icebreaker, right?
Yeah.
But in terms of dating intra-team, I mean, again, some of my favorite relationships were with team members. And that's one of the beauties of getting on a sports team, because you become, I mean, more importantly, some of my lifelong best friends, and more so than college, are thanks to rugby.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to spend 8 hours with this group of people every single week,
Getting the shit kicked out of you.
yes,
Yeah.
you really get to know people. And through that, you're going to have some sparks perhaps and find love. And then maybe that love transitions to someone being really like a lifelong, not only just friend, but family.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was a wonderful thing. I know some teams now, and I'm not sure what Gotham's policy is, are like, don't do it. Don't do it. Because listen, will there be drama? Yes. But, you know, in hindsight, you know, Cher once said, you know, if it doesn't matter in 5 years, it doesn't matter.
That's so interesting, because I think that kind of plays back into talking about how much the gay rugby community has changed in the past 20 years. I feel like when gay rugby community first started to form, people were very much looking for a community and partners, and it was
Safe
a lot hard, a
space.
safe space, but also to date and to find people with similar interests. And that's probably kind of why a lot of people joined in the first place. But now, because it's so popular and it has so much visibility, I think teams definitely discourage it, because it has created some drama in teams. And
now there are other avenues now, right? Like, you know, there's apps that you can go meet people on. You don't necessarily have to join a rugby team to go do that. So,
but it's more fun to be in person. I mean, I've got rugby crushes. I mean, I'll go to practice and I'll be like, "Oh, who's that?"
Giddy up.
It's fun as long as you know how to like conduct yourself. You know.
Yes.
Yeah,
think that's the key.
drama-free is important. So
And that may come with age too. As you get older, you get a little bit better about stepping in and stepping out.
Yeah.
Big fan of finding most importantly, lifelong friends.
Yeah.
And some fun along the way.
Absolutely.
Was there like any major injury that you had or that you could remember, like that was like?
Oh yeah. I wasn't able to play at the London Bingham back in the day because I had a cast on that got off the week before. So instead, I was a social ambassador.
A cast where? What happened?
It was on my left foot, and I tore, I think, my tendon. I don't remember.
Stepped on a beer can.
Could be. Everyone new to the sport, I want to ask you to do two things before you step on the pitch. Work on your core strength and stretch.
Yes.
You got to stretch. Don't come in cold. Work on that core strength and your leg strength. And then I got a concussion. Ooh. And it was on my 50th birthday, I think. And we were playing in an old boys match. And I got clobbered by my beloved teammate, Lewis. Oof. Rest in peace. And when I came to, apparently, they were all crowded around me. And they said, "Kevin, do you know where you are?" And I apparently said, "Rugby land." and they said, "Where is that?" And I said, "Florida." And my partner's an ER doc. And they all said, "Call Paul."
Oh, God.
So those were, and some stitches right here.
That sounds like fun. Sounds like a regular rugby match.
Yep. Not all in one match, thank God.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so after the concussion, I thought maybe I'm done. But then I sort of crept back in, and I had one more ER visit, and then I was like, I'll come back and just the old boys stuff. And then at the Rome Bingham, they married the Gotham old boys with the unbelievably wonderful Toronto Muddy York.
Okay.
Because they didn't have enough for a team, neither did we. And in our division together, we made it to the finals of our division, and I played almost every second, and that was on my 55th birthday.
Oh, wow.
So proud of myself. So proud of myself.
I'm proud of you. That sounds tough.
So yeah, I'm still stoked about that, and I love the Muddy York.
Can we expect a Rugby Daddy appearance on the pitch at Bingham?
Yeah, I mean
year?
the old boys match, absolutely. But that's where I draw the line at this point. Let's not. I mean, I'm not Tina Turner. All right, I'm not the Tina Turner of rugby.
And will we have a Rugby Daddy merch?
Oh yes. Okay. Oh yes. And also, if you're sponsoring a tournament, the deep fried sevens. Do you know about this phenomenon?
I've heard of deep fried sevens.
Oh, I have heard about it.
The deep fried sevens. Okay, so this is perfect for old boys. You're only allowed to play if you're with a can of beer in your hands. There's no running. And the team that wins, it's a mathematical equation of the team's body weight times the age of each player. And so the MVP is the most voluptuous player. It's so much fun.
That's hilarious.
So I got to be a sponsor of that.
I saw some footage from that tournament.
Yeah.
It looked like a really fun time.
We need to take that to the West Coast. I mean, that is
absolutely.
something
that'd
just
be fun.
funnest day.
Yeah.
One of my funnest days ever in rugby. So yeah, more fun stuff to come. And if you're sponsoring, if you're running a tournament, we got to talk about Rucktacular. You guys are going, obviously.
Yes. Palm Springs, baby.
You'll be there, right? Are you going to be in town?
I can be.
Let's make it happen.
Giddy up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, this has been awesome. I'm wrapping it up. That's your job.
This has been awesome. Anyway, welcome to the Rugby Daddy Show. We're so blessed to be guests. Kevin, thank you for having us.
Can you take your shirt off one more time?
Come back real soon.
We'll all take our shirts off here.
Let's do it.
We'll all
Get
do
those
it.
views.
We
Get
all
them.
want the views. Come on, Ozzy.
I'll do a peekaboo.
Oh,
He's got all that going.
Suddenly you're
Anyway.
shy.
I'm always shy.
Nice.
Thank you all so much for tuning into another episode of the Gay Rugby. Thank you all so much for tuning into another episode of the Gay Rugby Podcast with guest Kevin Healy, aka Rugby Daddy. I'm Jack.
I'm Ozzy.
And make sure that you hit that bell and change your notifications to notify all if you're watching on YouTube. That way you're not going to miss out on any new episodes. Make sure you're following us at Gay Rugby Podcast across all social media platforms. And remember,
Don't just play the sport.
change the sport. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you for having me.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning into another episode of the Gay Rugby Podcast. If you liked this video, do us a favor and subscribe. Hit that bell to change your preferences to notify all, and that way you'll get a notification every time a new episode comes out, which is going to be every Monday. So share this video with a friend, like, comment, and we appreciate the support. We'll catch you on the rugby pitch. See ya.